Hi, 5th graders. This is going to be a video to help violin and viola players, specifically with sword dance. I'll do both lines. This will probably be a longer video. If you're looking to just practice either the first line or the second line, go ahead and take a look down in the description, and I'll have links for just those two lines. Cellos and basses, there is a whole nother video that I will show you using a cello and a bass to help you with sword dance, so head over to that one. Violins, violas, let's get started. I've got both parts here. We've got violins on top, known as the treble clef, violas on the bottom. We're going to start with the first line. So what's important to know about this is you're going to play two notes at once, and it's as easy as just playing the D string and the A string together. And let's just practice the first measure. We'll go down, up, up on our D and A strings together. 1, 2, down, up, up, ready, and go. So, if you are not comfortable with that bowing yet, we've been doing it a lot in class, I would pause the video right now and just go. Just play those notes over and over again until you get really comfortable with just playing those two sounds. Otherwise, this line's going to be pretty tough until you've got the bowing under control. So, now we got the bowing down. This line is a lot easier than it looks. So, let's just go measure by measure. We've got D and A. The next measure, we have D and B. Oops, sorry, violins. D and B. Then we go back to D and A. Then this one's the tricky one. We've got E and A. Okay, so we'll have to make sure that we'll have to probably spend a little more time on that one. Now, I'm not going to keep clicking through. If I jump ahead here, I've got D and A, B and A, which we've already done. Then D. We've got that E and A tricky thing, and then D and A together. So let's work on just the first three measures. We're going to start at the beginning, and we'll play the first three measures. They sound like this. The only thing you're going to have to change is on the second measure, you got to put your first finger down on B. So we'll play D and A, B and A. It's that easy. So it's D and A, D and B, D and A. Let's play those three measures. 1, 2, here we go. Good. Now let's look at the fourth measure. This is the E and A. It's the two quarter notes. Put your first finger on the first finger tape. Make sure you've got a nice tunnel there, and just play E with the A string. Let's try that together. Ready, and go. If yours sounds like this, it means you're touching the A string. So you got to get a little more. Fix your left hand if you need to. Curve that finger. Try it again. Ready, and go. If you find yourself practicing this measure a lot and you just can't get it without touching those two strings, then just play one of the notes. So when you get to that measure, or just play one of the notes, because we've got enough people playing that no one will notice if some people only play one of the notes. So the first four measures sounds like this. D and A, D and D, D and A, then you hit that. Let's try the first four measures. 1, 2, here we go. I would pause the video right now and work on just those four measures. When you feel like you've really got them down, press play and we'll learn the rest. All right, hopefully you're ready to learn the rest of the second line. It starts pretty much the same. We're going to play D and A. Bum, 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 B and D, bum, 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 then D and A. Let's play just the first two measures plus a note. It sounds like this. Play that much for me. 1, 2, here we go. Good. Now, we've got this E and A from the first section. We've got the E and A's coming back, okay? So if you were able to get it the first time, great. This isn't actually that hard. I'm going to start at the beginning of that measure. You play D, then you put your finger down for an up, up, and the last measure is just D. So the last two measures are D, E, D, D, but you just play the A string the whole time. Let's try those together. Here, I'll jump the cursor ahead so you know where we're starting. Start right there. D, E, E, D, D, but you also play the A string. Your turn ready, and go. Good, let's go ahead and try to play the last 4 measures of that line. So we'll start right on the piano. We'll talk about that more in a minute. And play from there to the end of the line. I'll play first, you play with me the second time. All together now, starting on the cursor. 1, 2, here we go. Good. If you need to work on anything with the second half of this line, go ahead and pause the video now, and then when you come back, we will play the entire line. Welcome back. We're going to play the whole line. So we'll start at the beginning, play the entire first line. Let's talk about the dynamics for a minute. We have MP here, which means mezzo piano, and we have P for piano. So this is medium soft, and this is soft soft. Okay, so we actually play this quietly because our cello and bass friends have the melody. So how this is going to work is rather than play it down here, kind of where we learned it, we're going to play it in the upper half of the bow and play this kind of as softly as we can. Even softer. Good. So let's try this all together. We'll play softly and play the whole first line. And because there's a repeat, why don't we play it twice? Here we go. From the beginning, play the first line twice. 1, 2, here we go. Again. If you need to work on the first line at all, go ahead and pause the video, practice. Otherwise, we're going to move on to the second line. So let's take a look at the second line. This is measure 9. I'm going to scroll this up so we're not confused at all. We can see one measure of music. So something very, very important to notice right away. Violins, yours starts on A. Violas, yours starts on F sharp. We have slightly different notes, but the same rhythm the entire time. So I'm going to have to bounce back and forth in terms of what notes I'm talking about. So make sure you are listening to the notes you're supposed to listen to. And if it sounds like I said A, but you're like, oh, no, I have an F sharp, you're probably right. So first two measures sounds like this. Violins, we start on A and play A, slur, G, G. Violas, same bowing, you just start on F sharp. So can we play that, just those first two measures? We're going to do it 2 times. I'll play it with violins first time, violas second time. So here we go. First 2 measures, measure 9 and 10. 1, 2, here we go. Good. Let's do it one more time. Violas, I'll play your part this time. 1, 2, here we go. Nice. Let's go ahead and move on. Violins, we have F, E, F, G, A. Notice the slurs. I'm using lots of bow. Just violins, try that. F, E, F, G, A, A. Try it together. Here we go, violins. Violas, you start on the same notes. You play F, E, then D, E, E. The viola part. Try that with me, violas. 2, ready, and go. All right, let's play those 2 measures. This is measure 3 and 4. Okay, I'll play with the violins first and the violas second, but you can play it both times. 3 and 4, here we go. 1, 2, ready, and go. Whoops, I played the viola part. That's okay. Violins, I'll play with you this time. 3 and 4. 1, 2, ready, and go. So let's play the first 4 measures together. We'll do it twice. Violins, I'll actually play with you first, then the violas. 1, 2, measure 9, go. Now, do it again. Violas, I'll play with you. 1, 2, ready, and go. Good. Now we're starting to measure 4, where it says forte. Okay, and notice it's the first 2 measures are exactly the same. So let's play those 2 measures. I'm going to try to play both parts at once. Here we go. 2, here we go. Now, let's look at the last measure. We actually all have the same last 2 measures. F, D, up on E's. Let's try just that measure all together. 1, 2, ready, go. Last 2 notes are just D. Try that again. Ready and go. Good. So we'll put it together. 1, 2, ready and go. Good. Let's play the last 4 measures. I'll play with the violins first time. Viola's the second time. 1, 2 on the forte and go. One more time, I'll play with the violas. 1, 2, ready, and go. Let's play the whole line. So if you have anything you want to practice, go ahead and pause the video and you come back and we'll play the whole line. First time through, I'm going to play the violin part, then we'll take the repeat. Second time through, I'll play the viola part. You play your part both times. 1, 2, here we go. Repeat. Great work. If you want to play the whole song, go ahead and look for the separate play-along video that's also on my channel.